I went from the hotel by taxi to the garage, but the garage was closed for lunch and probably for a few hours. So now I'm just walking to the closest shop. Great, my bag just broke because of prawns. I'm sorry, not prawns, Jesus. Thorns. Here I am, outside a petrol station, just sitting on the floor. Had some tinned mackerel, bought an ice lolly. I'm about 1.5 kilometers away from the garage and the van. I went there, but of course, I might have already said that, but it was closed, yeah. So now I made it here. This was the shop. I thought there would be a bench, but there wasn't. I decided to walk back instead of taking the taxi. It's 3.5 kilometers. Not sure if that's supposed to be the Ice King from Adventure Time or what that's supposed to be, but oh, might not be allowed to post that on YouTube now. It's 5:55 in the morning. They've been going since like, I don't know, 5 or 5:30 at least. Okay, I mean I got very good hearing, but underneath the loud music I could hear moaning and the bed moving back and forwards. I had to take my shortcut back to the garage today, but it rained last night and I was like, no way there's a river there. And there was, there, and another one on the other side there. I managed to jump over the first one thanks to being up on a height or on a stone. Just about made it over with my computer. Jesus, that's a bit dull maybe, but... And then I took off my shoes off and socks and walked across that one. And now I'm past. I don't think there's another river there, I hope not. The pharmacy was open, but you need to have a mask to walk in there. And I left my masks on the van, thinking I won't need a mask a few days out of the hotel. And then I went to the shop to get some water. I asked the hotel if I could get some to put in my bottle, and she said only tap water. So I went to the shop. They don't open yet because they normally open after 9 in Spain. So I'm doing the walk without water this time. Luckily enough, it's only morning, so it's like 23 degrees instead of 33 degrees. So I think I'll be alright until I get to the van. Just picked the van up and I paid 483 euros, but it's supposed to be fixed now. I'm not sure if my fridge turned itself off or not, so I'm not sure if I want to keep the things in there. There wasn't an awful lot of things left there, but I figured if I empty it, it's a good opportunity to defrost it a little bit, or at least dry it out, because it had quite a bit of ice and water in it. Anyway, I've stopped by Lidl to buy some water, some food, and paper, and then just be on my merry way. This is where we're parking tonight. Somewhere in Spain. I've heard this weird noise all day. Well, not all day, but since I got here. I think there might be grasshoppers here, and loud ones as well. Anyway, I haven't got the best coverage out here, or connection, or roaming, whatever you want to call it, but it's said to be a quite peaceful place, or calm. Had good reviews. Haven't really explored around that much because I got here and I've just tried to make food, cooled it down in the fridge, which made the fridge kind of almost warm, but it was an evil must. I needed something proper and not just a sandwich. But I didn't want to eat something hot, so I had to cool it down. Took it out before anything could spoil though, because it's not worth ruining your yogurts for some cold food. It's quite a nice place when I think about it. I'm at, well, not quite Valencia, since I mean Valencia, because I need to stop doing that. But yeah, I'm at that level, except I'm more inland, about half an hour maybe, maximum. Now it's kind of nice and cool outside, but the van is still hot.
I see trees of green, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I feel sorry for this dog, because when this owner showed up, well, first the dog ran off somewhere, and then he went off looking for his dog, and he's been out like for hours now. I'm not sure if he went for a walk, or if he meant to be gone that long, but anyway, the dog's been around the van for a long time, and it started weeping. Yesterday I arrived at this sort of campsite. Figured I'd treat myself today. One of the best places I could find, alongside the motorway. There are showers, there are toilets, place to wash your dishes, and a place to wash clothes. There's a pool as well. The pool was one of the things that made me attracted to this place, because I was hot, I needed to swim. There's also a mini supermarket. It's 7:19 right now, and we're about 4.5 hours away from La Linea, plus a 1 to 2 hour lunch break and other breaks. I could get there this afternoon if I drive a lot today. I meet up with some family.
Yay, Gibraltar!
Just look at Jib there, in all of its glory. Gibraltar, in front of me anyway. Man, does it feel good to be back. Ah, the Rock and La Linea. Nice. Gonna meet up with my cousin, give her a present, late birthday present. She just moved into a new flat, so housewarming gift as well. Whoop whoop. Oh. Quite a nice beach. The rock in the background. The first Ginger has arrived. Ginger.
I mean, chicken shops do all rolls and kebabs and everything.
The plan for today is going to Gibraltar. According to my grandma and my uncle and aunt, they said that finding a parking could prove to be quite impossible, because the van is so big, and of course waiting in line and all like that. It's easier just to park in Spain and walk across, so I'll do that. Not sure what I'm going to do in Gib entirely. Guess just look around at all the places I used to go to, see the cave.
Relive my childhood.
Just found the parking, paid for it, or, well, I'm a bit unsure about how that worked. Anyway, off to Gibraltar we are. Isn't she a beauty? Okay, I'm gonna try to not be so cringy in the future, but yeah. Rock, up ahead, there's some castle, and this is the runway that you cross each time. Oh, would you look at that? Yet another telephone box. Funny. Last time I was here, like 4 years ago, I remember taking a photo right here on that telephone box by this roundabout, and I just so happened to get another English thing in the background, like the double decker. Here you can see the castle a bit better, whatever that is.
Y vamos, que es la tradición. Para llegar al parque.
Saying hello.
A bit like coming in to Diagon Alley. Would film more, but there are small kids running around here going to school, so with their uniforms, and it feels a bit rude filming them, especially if it's going to go on YouTube perhaps. So just keep filming down the nice streets. Bloody hell. I can tell you this, after 2 weeks of just sitting and driving and not doing much more than that, walking up steps, or more specifically, trying to climb or walk up the Great Rock. It's quite a workout. Ah, jeez, if only myself 2019 to 20 could hear me now, I'd be laughing. It's a long way more to go. The climb continues. Wow, should look at that view. And the castle. Once we get to the top, I'll show you Africa. These are apparently tunnels from the World War II. So we had to pay £16, to get in here. No other choice anymore. I remember this being free. I mean, not necessarily all the sites, but I remember the walking up the rock being free, but apparently it's not anymore. It's a bummer. Without my mum and my dad, I don't know where to find things. Usually would go here all together and, you know, I'd just follow them. But now I don't know anymore. That seems to go on forever. And it goes the other way, all the way down and back. I know this is a touristy place where they put up dolls or big dolls, but it's kind of weird when you think back that this is where people, or this very standing point is where once, I don't know who these people are, but yeah, I guess soldiers and other people walked by. It's kind of weird. All these very beds. I mean, I know those people are fake, but I don't know about the stains. Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna head out so I have enough time to look at the rest. I'm gonna find St. Michael's Cave. I mean, I understand the reasoning behind enforcing helmets in those caves, but not particularly kind to my hair now, was it? I didn't have a bad hair day already. I certainly do now. It always feels like it goes on forever and ever, especially now because it's probably the most unfit to my life while doing the climb anyway. Last time I had been hitting the gym regularly for like... No wait, it was before the gym though. Oh, I'd been active anyway. More fake dolls. I mean, real dolls. Jeez. Charming. Ooh. Not sure if he's like stabbing the wall or if he's actually trying to write something, but a bit unclear. Let's try to make St. Michael's Cave. That'd be nice. Probably over 10 kilometers, so I wonder how 10 kilometers are gonna, and most of it seemingly being uphill. That was a lie. Half of it's got to be downhill, half of it's uphill. But anyway, wonder what that's gonna have effect on legs that haven't been moving for a long time. Oh, flags, maybe that means I can get more water because I've kind of almost been out of water for a long time now. Well, ever since I started the walk. I've had a little bit with me, but I've had to use it sparingly. Better picture. Africa in the background. Mountains. And Spain. And then Gibraltar. Not many places where you can film... Well, Africa isn't a country, but fine. Morocco, Spain, Gibraltar. Not many places where you can film 3 countries, for lack of a better word. I'm not sure if Gib's classed as a country, but anyway, not sure if there are so many places where you can actually film 3 countries all in the same 3-second video. This wasn't actually on the map, this little path down there. Probably one of the best views, at least from this height. And here starts the walk with the monkeys. I hope they don't rob me. Last time a monkey jumped onto my back and kind of sat on my shoulders. It's a steep one. Don't say anything, but I pulled off a part of the rock of the actual, well, rock. So I got part of the Great Rock with me. I'll put it in my stone collection. Yes, I have one of those. Next, you can do this. Don't film me now. Oh my god, I've only done like maximum 5% and I'm already tired. Some monkeys down there. I tried to avoid them or walk to the side, but as I did, my bottle of water fell out my pocket. So, got no water now. One can hope that there's a shop nearby. legendary skywalk. Maybe I shouldn't hang my phone over the edge. I'm not sure how legendary it is really because it's quite new. Fairly new.
Silas!
Ven aquí.
Monkeys just chilling about, like by the steps, and you have to like walk past them, and there's not a lot of space, and it says in signs, warning, monkeys may act aggressive if, or they don't say monkeys, they call them something else, but yeah, basically the monkeys might act aggressive if they feel confined. And I'm like, damn it, don't attack, don't steal. We're entering the legendary St. Michael's Cave. It sounds a bit legendary. Quite the drop. Hard to see from here, but it's many meters down. Almost doesn't look real. A bit like Jack and Daxter if you play that game, and being in the spider cave. This is an experience. Apparently a proper light show is going to start here in a bit. So I guess I'll just take a seat. Now we're heading downhill to see the hanging bridge. I'm guessing the bridge is down this way. By the, just judging by the signs. But it looks a bit ingrown. See if we can pass it without getting attacked by ticks and monkeys. Ah, there we are. I see the bridge. Not too far away. A cannon, one of the walls, and a bridge. We want to walk on the bridge, but the downside to it is that you can't actually see how cool it looks. It looks cooler when you walk on the other side.
Oh, look at that pool. Oh my god, it wobbles. Look at that wire, it's so thick. Jesus, it's like thick in my arm, almost.
Yeah, quite the drop. Over here you see a bit of the hanging bridge. Only half of it there. The other half is behind some rock. There's a cable car going all the way up, but not really a fan of those. Not for the heights, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to walk up the rock and walk on the skywalk, but because I guess one, you miss everything, basically, all these small stops along the way, and two, it's a bit, I'm not sure, I've never been in one of those, but maybe claustrophobic. I mean, all those people in the same squashy place. No thanks. And besides, it costs. Oh look, another monkey. You're my man. Huh, baby. In Sweden, you hear the crickets go rat, 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 but listen to this. I don't know why they sound like that, or even if it's crickets, but damn, they're noisy. Okay, I wasn't actually going to see anything more, I was just going to go back, but since this cannon was on the way down, I figured I'd film a bit. A battery. Not to be confused with the ones you charge. These are the ones you ouch, my eye got flying or stone or something, or a flying stone. Ah. Wait, I just saw a sign where it said the different prices for adults and kids and stuff. I just have to see what I was charged as. Dang it, they charged me adult price. Sometimes, at least when I walk, I guess it's because I was alone this time. They figured I had to be an adult and I had an ID, but normally, just by looking at me, people think I'm younger than 18, so sometimes you get treated a bit. I mean, it's not really nice being treated like a child, but it gets you where you need to go sometimes. Almost made it all the way down. I've always been a bit curious, but never curious enough to question it until now. Why people make steps these size. Instead you end up looking clumsy and taking enormous ones, but I can't do this because sometimes I take two and sometimes one, so it's better just to take big clumsy elephant steps. Back in town, well, not the centre, but narrow streets. The transition between town and rock. Such a weird vibe walking through here, like just hearing perfectly posh English, Spanish, and of course the mixture, like the Spanglish, and also people speaking Spanish with an English accent or English with a Spanish accent. Not gonna lie, not entirely sure where I am. Just kind of walking towards the general direction. We're reaching a place called Ocean Village. I figured I'd see some of Ocean Village anyway. I can't remember how to make my way around here. By accident, I made it to the big cruise ship. Alright, this area I recognise. Quite nice places. Just in time to see it take off. By coincidence. Oh, that was the reason why people can't cross the runway. But now they should open it pretty soon. I think there are so many other places in the world where you're allowed to walk straight across the runway. It's kind of weird. First real, emphasis on the real, cooked meal. Rice with chicken, and I thought it was going to be creme fraiche maybe, but it's more like quark. Both the inverter and battery had to work really hard. Doing some logic to pass the time and to have some fun. Sometimes I come up with musical ideas or melodies and I feel the need to write them down so I don't forget about them. So here I'm just taking my idea and doing it on my melodica. So it sounds very bad. It's just so I have something to work off of when I get back home. And it's also just a sketch. I've added lots of things. They don't really sound good together. But that way at least I have all the material I need for when I want to do it properly. Messy, I suppose. Just too much on the paper. This day will be a lazy day. Just made it to Tarifa. To the beach, almost. I'm at one of the campsites. I figured I'd take a break from being up at the plot. Spend a day and a night, and maybe a morning, here at the beaches. I've heard it's supposed to be a beautiful place, lots of surfers come here. Big sand dunes. Never seen a sign like that before. Well, I suppose it's not completely false. I'm not sure if you see it, but the mountains I see anyway over there is Africa. I used to think that Gibraltar was the very tip of Spain, south, and the closest you'd come to Africa without, well, jumping in the water anyway. I recently learned that apparently Tarifa is, I'm not at the far tip of Tarifa, but I'm as close to Africa now as I've ever been. Whoop whoop. Mopeds could drive across. No, why mopeds? If cars could drive across the ocean, I could be there in 10 minutes. I don't quite understand. I've heard so much about this place. It's supposed to be packed, surfers all over. Huge sand dunes, bigger than or taller than houses. It looks like a flat beach to me without a single person. Unless I'm on top of a sand dune and I haven't seen the full extent of this place. Unless I'm in the wrong place and I have to go more that direction or that direction, but it all looks the same to me. Flat land. So at least I see the ocean and know there's water, but there have been a few signs saying to not walk here. So weird. Why would they make a campsite with a gateway taking you to well, and writing beach and or La Playa, just to get to this. No trespassing. Protected area. Oh, you can bet I'm going to trespass. And there are footprints all over here. I think everybody trespasses. Maybe not today, since it doesn't seem to be a soul on earth here, but look at this. It's one of the biggest beach, I think it might be the biggest beach I've ever seen. Completely empty on a day like this. I mean, I see the sea, but it must be a lot further away than I thought. It seems I'm walking for many minutes and I'm no closer, but, well, obviously I'm a bit closer, but I don't feel that way. This must be like, not the seashore, it must just be part of the sand leading to the beach. I don't know. It's weird. So much flat land. I'm surprised there are no shops here, no nothing. It seems like there's so much potential. I mean, I don't mind my own time, but it makes me think, is there something wrong with this place? Is it dangerous here or something? Why aren't there more people there? Nope. No sand dunes. Just the odd few people walking. So weird. The bright side, with no people, my stuff might not get stolen as easy, so that's good. Put Tarifa Beach in Google Maps and got to the campsite. The campsite pointed towards the beach. I walked down there. No sand dunes. Fairly large waves, but I don't see why people surf in them. Enormous beach, and hardly a soul on earth. I'm not saying it's not a lovely beach, but you know. So these are the great sand dunes. Okay, so I had to go a few hundred meters that way and find the parking because there are these signs all over the place. Do not stop here. Signs. I guess it's because it's quite the attraction for tourists as well as... It's called tourist. I've wondered that for years. Who cares? For travellers and also just for, I think, Spaniards as well. Yeah, so that's probably why they put up all these signs, because people are probably parked along the roads blocking it before. So far, quite a sight to behold. Greenery all there, the sea, a good view, plenty of sand, and from what I can see, fairly large sand hills. I mean, you might not be able to see it from here on the camera, but I can see it anyway. Far greater than yesterday. Sand dunes. If I weren't alone here and I had like company, swimming clothes on, I'd probably jump in the sand dunes, down at the beach in the waves as well. But you know, being alone, it's not the same. And also, I have a van without supervision of like guards or anything, so it feels a bit dumb spending too much time away from the van. I was just focused on meeting my cousins, but now that I'm here and they're not around yet, thought I'd just check out see what I could find, and came across supposedly called Tree of Life, I think. I might be lying now, I'll have to double check, but I remember reading something on Google Maps earlier about Árbol de la vida, or something like that. But don't take my word for it, I'll have to double check that. I'll read the sign here, what it says. Well, it doesn't say anything about that here, but it does say that, so maybe that's what it's called. Night ruins, something cool to see. It's one of those things that just people drive past every day in the city or the town, so no one thinks about it. Because this isn't a tourist area, yeah, no one comes to see this, but it's quite cool. There seem to be some chambers or something over there, I'm not sure. Well, come for the beach actually. Or maybe it's because it's September and people don't consider this to be a hot sunny day, but I mean it says it's 26 degrees, earlier it said it was 28, then it's sunny and it feels like it's hotter, especially in the van. But yeah, I mean I got the Great Rock next to me, the beach to the side, ruins all around me, and fancy apartments. I don't see why people wouldn't be. I mean, I suppose they're all on the actual beach, but maybe I'm not supposed to be here. But then again, it wouldn't be so easy to access now, would it? I'm on my way to Jib again. I'm gonna meet up with my cousin because I wouldn't say I'm gonna start heading back just yet. There are a few things I'm gonna see in Spain, but heading sort of northish, eventually heading back. So yeah, just gonna pop by Jib and meet up with her during her lunch break. Souvenir for Spain. First they wrapped it in bubble wrap, then they put it in like present paper wrapping paper, and then they put it in a bag. I was just expecting, just to pick it up as it is. That's what I did with the others. I think it's a fridge magnet really, but yeah, I'm going to put a string through there or something and just hang it up somewhere along with the others. Right now I'm in a place called Benamadela. I can never get that right. Ben al Maden. Jesus. Yeah, I'm in a place anyway called that. I've got 340 Swedish miles, or 3,400 kilometers left until I'm home. Wait, no, probably more, because I was going to stop by Switzerland, wasn't I? There must be some festival. Okay, we can't hear it so much now, but I can hear loud, weird music. I'm in this parking lot. Oh wait, now. Like, it sounds like I don't know, a clan? Just like a big choir, singing something with trumpets in the background and a loud drum. Ah, good old Valencia. Well, seeing as we actually passed and made it a bit further north, I guess this isn't Valencia. Oh, it was still kind of in Valencia in a way. So, yeah, nice view, lovely. Quite the cozy camping, if you ask me. Don't judge my parking once you see it, it's quite brutal. Well, not that bad, but it's crooked, that's for sure. Jiminy Cricket, I mean, holy cricket, or... yeah. You seen the size of that? Just made some tuna pasta bake. I found tinned tuna and tomato sauce. So I boiled some pasta, put it in there, and then mixed it up with some spices, salt, that's not really a spice, but yeah. Garlic powder and oregano. Put in some yogurt, mixed it all up, put cheese on the top, and into the air fryer. Yeah. Pizza made in the air fryer. It was a ready-made fridge one, just margarita. Too big to fit in that. I had to like slice it and dice it and just stack it in a little aluminium box. Tray. And for some explaining of what's gone down. Been doing quite a bit of driving. I made it all the way to France today, actually. As I passed the borders, there were 6 police officers there, and they did like this. I was like, want to check my van out. First time I've been stopped by the police, or I don't know if you call that stopped, or yeah, I guess so. They were friendly. They just wanted to see my ID card, and one guy looked through the window at the back, and then he just kind of did some signal to his colleagues, and they asked me where I was going, and I said I'm going home to Sweden, and then they just said have a nice day. And then I stopped by some small town or village. I was just driving past it, but then I suddenly saw a souvenir shop, and I thought, France, souvenir. The parking was very tight, at least when I was gonna get out from there. In the souvenir shop, they had loads of things, including like soft air guns, or I should say hard air guns, really. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto anime stuff, like cups, and other souvenir ornament things. 1,000 different Spanish souvenirs, but basically nothing to do with France. I found a little something that was about this size, just a French flag, on a car ring, so I got that one at least. Then I continued my journey, and apparently I was in the way for a few police motorbikers, because I heard a toot behind me, and suddenly there were like 3 police with flashing lights, but they were on motorbikes, and I was like, oh shit. It was a double 2-filed roundabout, and I thought, I haven't done anything wrong, have I? But I kind of just moved to the side, and they just overtook me and kept on going, so I guess they were in a hurry somewhere. And then I got to this campsite, and it was kind of odd. It was hard to understand each other. He basically knew no English, and I don't know any French, so back to that problem again. But he wanted my ID card over the night. Most people just look at it, write things down, copy it, but no, he wanted to keep it there overnight. And I don't have to pay now, but in the morning I go there and I have to pick up my ID card and pay between 8 and 10 o'clock in the morning. So not a lot of time there, but whatever. Good night. Man, what a view. I'm not sure if you can see it from here, but if you were to jump, you'd die. I mean, obviously, but it's like 5 or 10 times higher than that. I wanted to stop and look at this when I was driving to Spain. I think I drove past this. I remember seeing all these mountains, but I never found a good place to stop. I was like, damn it, missed that place. But this time, I stopped. Nom nom breakfast. There's not an awful lot of light in here, so I'm using my flash. Anyway, first morning it's actually cold, or more like freezing outside. 2 degrees maybe. I think inside the van, I'm not sure if it's accurate, but it said 7 degrees. So I have, I've slept in, of course, the quilt with the quilts, a long sleeve, should have worn a jumper as well, but I didn't, and my fleece trousers and my big Christmas socks or winter socks. My face was against my pillow, and where my face was, it was soft, but all around, like there, I realised in the morning that it was like hard and stiff and cold. I mean, when it's too cold, it's not nice. At least you can sleep compared to when it's like 40. No wonder it was cold. Frost or ice or something on the window. I guess it was colder than 2 degrees last night. On the bright side, this fridge doesn't have to fight as hard, because if the ambient temperature is 7-8 degrees, then 5 degrees isn't really that hard to maintain compared to being 40 degrees in here. But it's a bit too cold, maybe. So I think I'm gonna continue driving as soon as I can, because the moment I start the engine up, I can put the fan on, and even though the air conditioning doesn't work, the heating still works. I know I haven't filmed a lot the last few, should I say, countries. I was in France. I'm not sure if I told you about Belgium, but I drove through it quite quickly. I stopped in a shop and at a petrol station, not much more than that. Now I'm in Germany. I haven't exactly checked where, but I stopped by this petrol station parking lot shop place on next to the motorway, and there's so many lorries and cars and vans here that just parked, and it's kind of wholesome in a way. It looks like a wreck, but it's wholesome. I'll show you in a bit. This is the wholesome place. They're parked, not even in parkings, because all the parkings are full. That car behind me, that guy's just folded down his chair and he's napping. Ah, wholesome. Anyway, gonna get a bite to eat and continue. Well, I went to the campsite, but I arrived a bit late, like 7:30 in the evening, and it was closed. Well, the reception was, it seemed, and the gates were locked, so I just thought, just continue. So I just continued. I finally understood how to use my headlights. Yes, embarrassing, I hadn't figured it out until now. But anyway, so I drove, and now it's 10 or 20 past 10, and I don't know what my plan is. I think I'm just going to kind of drive until I don't want to drive anymore. I've stopped now at a petrol station / parking for lorries, campers and cars. You're not allowed to be here all night, I don't think so anyway, but a few hours. I'm going to power nap and then continue. It'll be an all-nighter, it seems. At least until I get to the ferries by Germany. I'm not sure if they run all night. I read somewhere that they do, but I read somewhere else that they don't, so I'll see. If not, I'll just have to park somewhere and take it early in the morning. I made it to the ferry. And my eyes red. I took a few power naps along the way, so wasn't I've driven more tired than this anyway, and I'm not going to drive any more at night, well, except to some parking place, of course, where I can stay, maybe just alongside the motorway or anywhere really, get a few hours sleep anyway, and continue tomorrow, because then I can make it home all the way. This time I read the sign properly. On those, put in a €2, and I want this. Probably cost €2 to buy anyway.